What if I told you there's a healing practice where you often fall asleep and leave feeling like you've had a full body massage without any massage at all? Welcome back to Exploring Ways to Wellness. Today we're diving into Reiki. Lots of people have contacted me wanting to talk about this practice, but I thought, who better to bring on than my own practitioner, Karen, from Just The Tonic. We're exploring this gentle energy healing technique that seems to be a gateway practice to so many people's wellness journeys. If you're completely new to Reiki, it's essentially a gentle healing technique where you lie down and the practitioner channels energy through their hands, holding them on or above parts of your body to promote stress relief, deep relaxation, and physical and emotional well-being. Feeling a little skeptical? Well, you're in good company. In this episode, you'll hear how Karen went from skeptical beauty therapist to intuitive energy healer. Karen shares why her warm hands kept getting comments from massage clients, how she initially didn't click with Reiki training, and what changed when she found her calling a few years later. We'll explore everything from hands-on healing to distance Reiki sessions that work across continents, why some people feel nothing but still get profound results, and how Karen now even receives messages from clients' loved ones during sessions. So if you find yourself curious about energy healing or wondering if there's more to wellness than the physical, this conversation might just open your mind to possibilities you've never considered. Thank you very much, Karen, for being here.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So if we could just start, Karen, with how did you find out about Reiki?
Wow, I actually started out years ago doing beauty treatment, but part of that was massage. So when I used to do my massages, a lot of people used to comment and saying how warm my hands were, and have I ever done Reiki? And so I was thinking, what's Reiki? So I did look into it myself and I thought, oh, that sounds absolutely wonderful. But then that was it. So about 5 years ago, I started looking into training in Reiki. So I joined a course and it was both Reiki 1 and 2. And so I went along and it was a day course and it was very overwhelming for me. So I had a little bit of Reiki there because you coupled up and you work on each other. I just didn't feel anything. I just thought, I'm not sure. I saw colours. I saw a lot of purple, which intrigued me at the time. And I did feel afterwards very relaxed, but I don't think I was really, at the time, I don't feel it was the right time for me to pursue it.
So what were you expecting to get from it? What is Reiki?
Yeah, it's an energy healer. So I was like expecting to feel, I suppose, like little tingles, or because some other people in the group saying, oh, I felt this and oh, I felt that. I suppose I was putting a lot of pressure on myself, but I think I just wasn't aligned to it, connected to it, the way some of the people in the group were. Yeah, because I didn't feel it, but it's when now where I am now, it doesn't matter if you don't feel anything. The Reiki is still working, but obviously I didn't look into it any further after that.
Interesting. That sounds like actually with something like Reiki, it's something that the practitioner feels as well as the person who's having the treatment.
Yeah, that's correct. So my hands do get quite warm because I'm more hands-on. Obviously, I ask the client first if they're okay with that because I can carry it out with hands off as well.
Okay.
So it's obviously the client's choice, and that I ask them when they come in. So a lot of my clients feel the heat from my hands. So that's the energy going in, and some people do now feel those tingles. And I've had Reiki for quite a while now myself, and still don't feel anything, but I do afterwards. I do feel lighter, and it's hard to explain, but every client is different, and some people do get the feeling of tingling, and some people don't, or they get other feelings, or a lot of them do actually fall asleep.
Yes, yeah. And we could all do with a bit more quality sleep, couldn't we? So it's always great.
Yeah.
So somebody who's never heard of Reiki before, how would you explain it?
So Reiki is a gentle hands-on or hands-off energy healing technique. So it helps to restore balance to your body, mind, and emotions as well. So it works by channeling universal life force energy through the practitioner self into the client, so which promoting deep relaxation and healing. So yeah, it's non-invasive as well, fully clothed. Just relax.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things, isn't it, about Reiki? It's not that you're having to get undressed, and because you can come along with a particular intention in mind, there's something in particular going on, then you're able to almost target things like that.
So a lot of the time when they come in, sometimes when I say, is there any intention? They're not sure what that means. So I tend to guide them and help them to. A lot of the time people just want to come in and just relax or get a better night's sleep. Obviously before I start Reiki, and no right or wrong in it. I like to set my own intention on what I'd go through with them at the start anyway. So it's quite like a little introduction and a little chat to get to know them, but what they know about Reiki is, and what to expect. And they can usually work out what their intention. If they can't think of anything themselves, then I usually do it for them. So explain to them what I'm going to be doing anyway.
Yeah, fantastic. And have you found an increase more recently of people wanting to give it a go, or do people tend to come to you because they've always had some form of Reiki or similar energy healing sessions?
Yeah, I think with myself, definitely after COVID, I found a lot more people wanted more massages, more self-care. So that's when I picked Reiki back up again. I think after COVID, people were just wanting to look after themselves. And so I found the massive shift in what people wanted. They wanted the massages. And so I met a lady through Facebook actually, and I had that connection with her, and it was to do with crystals to start with. And she then mentioned about Reiki and that she taught it. So that was it. We had this connection. So I retrained in Reiki, and just blew my mind because I completely felt the deep connection to Reiki more so than I had done 2 years previous.
Yeah, that's really interesting that not all teachers are equal, just as not all practitioners are equal. And it's about finding that person that you have that connection with. That means you can develop the skills, or you can have the session that really connects with you.
Definitely. It certainly changed my whole look of Reiki. And because she was very good at explaining as well, that I took that more on board. And when I look back at the first Reiki training that I did, I think part of the reason that I didn't have the connection with the Reiki master, but also it was just too quickly taught, both 1 and 2 done in a day. And when I've done Reiki over weekends, so 1 over 1 weekend, and then 2 was a bit further down the line, but it was over another weekend. So you have that more information, more time to absorb it, and more time to really take it on board. I talk about it more now than I used to. So when people actually come in and have a massage, or I do a lot of pamper packages now that do include Reiki, but because I'm talking about it more and more, it's become a huge passion for me. I think people are really interested. Even this morning, just chatting to somebody who hadn't got a clue what Reiki was. But by the end of the 2-3 minute conversation, he took my card and he was really intrigued in Reiki. Yes, definitely people have become more aware of their own self-care and their needs. And I think they're more conscious of how they're feeling these days.
And it seems that people are aware of self-care on a deeper level, aren't they? So they understand physical or mental, but these modalities that kind of encompass everything seem to be increasing in popularity as everyone is looking for that holistic approach, the whole body, the whole mind, almost taking it onto a spiritual level. Or do you find people tend to be a bit skeptical when they start talking to you about it, or generally people are quite open to different things like this?
Because a lot of my clients have come to me for the treatments as well. So I think me talking about it will become like quite open-minded about it. And before I probably would have stopped talking, thinking they're just not interested. But now I just pick it up and talk about it all the time. It's my number one go-to now, and it's one of my most popular treatments now as well, which is fantastic. So yeah, I think you've just got to come with an open mind. Yes, you do get some people actually surprised in how relaxed they feel, and wasn't what they expected. Had one lady, she came in and she said she'd never relaxed like that ever, and she felt that relaxed and at peace. She'd had, quite a few issues, and I was just so chuffed because she'd come in and she'd had those 60 minutes of just being in a safe space and just relaxing and sleeping. And she actually, honestly, it's just so rewarding, and that's just what they needed. And it can be very emotional as well. Sometimes your feelings can come to the surface to the Reiki session. So we do have some very emotionally charged chats afterwards. And I myself get very emotional with it as well. But it's lovely. I can't really explain how I feel, but it's just so rewarding. And yeah, I just love every bit.
Yeah.
So,
I love the way that you can come along, have this incredible relaxed experience, but then things come through to you as a practitioner that I'm often surprised how at the end of it you're able to say, oh, is this going on at the moment, or that was coming through at the moment. And it can bring up all sorts of things I haven't mentioned to you or hadn't intended to come, but actually the conversation that we have afterwards is as important as it would have been at the start, because it's an opportunity to heal areas that sometimes we're conscious of, but also those that we weren't conscious of bringing with us.
Yeah, and I like to think that my room is a safe place.
Yeah.
And as soon as they walk in, it smell, how it's set out, and the ambience, and just shut that door and they just feel safe. And it's those emotions that they're probably not aware of can actually come out in a Reiki session. And it's very personal as well, and some don't open up. There's still quite a lot in there that needs to come out. I do give them guidance and help them on their way, and then just Reiki does work. It doesn't stop just as you walk out the door. It continues working which really helps a lot of people. And some people like it, some people don't, but you have to experience it yourself. And some people felt like they have found a full body massage after a session. Just wonderful.
Amazing. I also love the way that you tend to, you mentioned that the pamper packages, but you do tend to combine various modalities together, various techniques together. I know again that you do reflexology, for example, which I have enjoyed. You've got your crystals that you'll often bring into the treatments that you're doing, some sound you're also using as well. Is there the perfect combination, or is it that personal experience that you're creating each time?
I mean, I like to put the different treatments together with Reiki. I'm currently training in tuning forks and sound healing, but that'll certainly be in with Reiki, so it'll be one huge package, and that is, I think that'll just blow my mind, I think, because it's just going to be just so lovely with the sound as well, and they just complement each other. And I have a lot of my regular clients that they can't wait for me to put out monthly packages, so I've got to know what people like. And certainly massage, reflexology, and Reiki. So me combining those together and just adding those little touches as well. And actually now they book in even before I've released what the next month is going to be, because they just know how I'm going to fit them together. And I know what clients like now. There are some new Reiki packages I've written, and they're just, even I wish I could find somebody like me.
Yeah, that's it. You end up being jealous of your own clients. Fantastic. So it feels like you've moved now from that beauty area into the more holistic technique.
Yeah.
It seems to be working really well. And I guess it also sounds like it's relaxation is the main driver of a lot of your clients. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, definitely. Relaxation. And I do Reiki more, I can connect to people, and as I've gone on doing Reiki, the more powerful a Reiki session come in. And that means by seeing relatives or seeing animals or pets that they've once had, and they're starting to come through, and a lot of people are coming to me for that as well now, because they want that. They want to know that their loved ones, they do, not all the time, but they have come through. And I think having that gift for it now is absolutely amazing. But yeah, it only comes through when the connection I've had with some of my clients and some of the things that I've passed on to them. That it blows me away. And sometimes I wish I could have a projector from my mind onto my wall in my room, because when I'm explaining something to them, they're just astounded. Wow, yeah. And we've had some giggles as well afterwards when some things have happened. I just love it all. But I love adding different treatments onto Reiki. But I'm very careful what I do add, especially with Reiki. Okay. I just feel like I need to respect Reiki as it is anything. Don't do a lot of beauty treatments now, but I don't feel I could say add, I don't know, painting nails or something after a Reiki session.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
I always look at something that's similar to Reiki, where as in it's relaxing you, which obviously massage can be huge helper of stress, especially tension around your shoulders, and the same with reflexology.
They complement each other. Fantastic. And I believe you also do distance Reiki, so you don't actually have to have the person in the room for Reiki to work, which fascinates me.
It's amazing. Yeah, so it is very similar to a Reiki session. With distance, you can be anywhere in the world, and half an hour to an hour, I'll just ask you to just relax anywhere where you're probably not going to be disturbed, and a bit of gentle music or whatever you feel comfortable. I then, again, it's very similar where we do have a bit of communication beforehand. We can get some idea of who they are and what they want out of the Reiki session. Usually these are carried out, I like to carry them out in the evening because some people tend to get quite relaxed and then they can just go straight to bed afterwards.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I have a substitute for a person. So it can be a teddy bear or it can be something that I even just a cushion. So yeah, so I connect to Reiki again and then just in my own time I'll just go down. And there's areas where I feel they need more energy. So it could be their heart, chakra, and I tend to be guided. My intuition guides me to where I need to go, which is the same for in-person Reiki as well.
Okay.
And then just maybe they can carry on at home or wherever they are.
So how do you connect with the person? Do you have a phone call first, or are you doing it over Zoom? Or
we obviously take their name and we can have a photo of them. They can send us over photos,
okay.
see what they look like, and see if they're on Facebook. I can have a look at photos of them. What I do and how I was taught is that I put their address on a piece of paper and then put the system symbol over the top and then hold it between my hands and then go into doing a treatment, that Reiki treatment.
Do you both agree a time that will happen and the person will just relax during that time and you'll be doing the Reiki?
The other person would just lying and relaxing like they would if they were in person. And then we can either, sometimes if it's in the evening, I like to leave them until the next day and then ask them how they were feeling afterwards when they felt. I've had some amazing feedback from distance before. But again, I've got quite emotional. It's quite powerful, even distant.
Yeah.
Great world, and you can still feel it.
What would you recommend in terms of amount of times people have Reiki? Is it something that's a one-off and it can sort out an issue, or do you recommend people have it on a monthly basis, or is it something that you need topping up, or it's just if there's an issue, or how do you best get the most out of having Reiki?
Yeah, definitely regular Reiki sessions for whatever reason, but usually recommend every 4 weeks. And I have a lot of clients that alternate. So 1 month they'll have Reiki, and then the following month they'll have reflexology. So those two combined really complement each other as well. I personally have Reiki. I try and have it every month myself now, and I find huge benefits. Mentally, but mentally as well. Less, I used to get quite anxious, less anxious, more confident.
Fantastic. So is that your favorite technique for wellness?
Definitely Reiki is my number one go-to now, but a good back massage on my shoulders is my next one, and reflexology as well. So I just really enjoy carrying out those treatments, but also having them myself.
It sounds like there's some really powerful combinations in there, and it's been great finding out a bit more about your experiences. So if people want to find out more about what you do, you're based in Rugby, aren't you, with Just The Tonic?
Yeah.
So you have the wellbeing suite here. And then do you also offer the distance Reiki?
So that's all on my website and on my booking. I suppose that can only be done during the day, or if they prefer evening, just get in touch with me and message me or give me a call about. But yeah, certainly like doing the evening distance.
Yeah, fantastic. And I guess distance means anywhere, doesn't it? It could be anywhere in the world, really.
I carried out distance on my daughter who lives in Cornwall, and a couple of her friends really enjoyed it.
So we'll pop in the show notes some links to Karen's website if you're interested in visiting her in Rugby, or you can get more information for the distance Reiki opportunities as well. Just to wrap up then, Karen, so are there any last recommendations you'd have for anybody listening who has either never heard of Reiki or never given it a go themselves? What would your suggestion be?
Come and have a go. Yeah, just come into my room and experience it. I am a very friendly person, and don't be afraid of Reiki. Just come in and experience it. And if it's something like you don't want to hear from any relations or any messages, then that's absolutely fine. The Reiki will work anyway. After it's healing, it will go to where it is needed anyway. So yeah, just come in and experience it. And even if you want to give me a call first, just have a chat. I'm happy. I do some mini Reiki, just 30 minutes, and experience it and see how you feel. No pressure. Try it. Or I do reflexology and mini Reiki as well. So you can try both. Powerful as having it for an hour.
Amazing. Obviously, I recommend Karen's wonderful work because she does it for me on a regular basis. So I am very biased from that perspective. But Reiki was new to me. I had no idea what it was when it popped up on Karen's site. And I did exactly that. I just tried it out, open mind, and now I'm often back for another session and just love the experience, as you say, both from the relaxation perspective, but also find it very easy and interesting when I am trying to target something, or to have those chats afterwards about things that have come up that I might not have been aware of were actually causing me a few issues. So thank you so much for today, Karen. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your wisdom with us all. I highly recommend people popping into the show notes and having a look at some of those links. Thank you. I have to say, talking with Karen always reminds me why I fell in love with Reiki in the first place. Her warmth, intuition, and the safe space she creates makes every session transformative. Takeaways I took from today: Reiki works whether you feel anything during the session or not. It's about the emotional and physical results afterwards, as well as the amazing relaxation and potentially sleep you enjoy during. The practice continues working even after you leave, and regular monthly sessions seem to provide the most benefit. And perhaps most importantly, finding the right practitioner makes all the difference. If you don't click on your first go, perseverance to find the right practitioner who's the right fit for you might be the way to go. If today's conversation sparked your curiosity, remember that Karen offers individual Reiki sessions, combination packages with massage and reflexology, and for those further away, her distance Reiki sessions have been just as powerful for clients. Links are waiting for you in the show notes to help you find Karen at Just The Tonic in Rugby, or visit her website for more info on those distance sessions. Thank you for listening today, and remember, there's many paths to wellness, and sometimes they require nothing more than an open mind and a pair of warm, healing hands.